Guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take you to a firearm class, but not just any firearm class, Skills and Drills, hosted by Ben Stoeger and Joe Parks. They're two of my favorite instructors, and I usually enjoy myself in their classes. I've got a bunch of belts behind me, and I'm going to be giving them all belts. They got no idea today. Also, at the end of this video, after we're done with the class, we got something very special related to the 2026 belt bounty. If you guys didn't know, I gave away a 1984 Corvette. You guys probably do because you watch the channel and you guys are awesome and super based, and Belt loves you and Belt is based. We also give away a bunch of cash, but there's something hinting to the 2026 belt bounty at the end of this video. So make sure you stick around. We're gonna get to the range. We're gonna see Ben and Joel do their thing. We're gonna give people these belts. Let's get to it.
What's up, bro?
Nothing. I'm gonna put you on camera.
Oh, hell yeah, brother.
We're used to being on camera, but usually it's in private, right? This is live. We're going right now.
We're on YouTube?
Yeah. Yeah. No, we're not live on YouTube, but this will be on YouTube. This whole interaction. Joel, what are we doing here?
Well, this is day 4. Day 4 of classes. The first 2 days we did a fundamentals class. Yesterday and today is a skills and drills class. Kind of think of it as an advanced class. Beginning one, the fundamentals class, we kind of ask you to do one thing at a time, and it gets more difficult as it goes on. So it was more difficult stuff, a very complex scenario yesterday morning.
I didn't think it was that hard.
You know, my brain's kind of been turned off after World Shoot, basically. I've just kind of been coasting through like any drill that I've been doing. But we had fun, and it incorporated a lot of different skills and like some reminders about things. And you know what, a lot of the guys here are getting a lot of stuff out of it because I hear a lot of chatter back at the tables, and that's what's
good.
Really important.
I was just hearing self-hatred mainly, but that part is good too.
I mean, that's part of it, right? It's part of it to get better. I don't think anybody who says good job when they leave the range is pushing hard enough.
That's a good point. The expectations change based on the person.
Yeah, absolutely.
If it's someone that's a little bit inexperienced, a little bit green, it'll be more course corrections, will be a little bit nicer. But if you have like a hunter,
when you're with your boys, you're just talking shit anyway. So we're gonna get into it today. You'll hear them talk. You'll hear the same instructions that I'm gonna get, and then you'll see them demo it. Then you'll see me shoot it, and then you guys can go home and try this stuff. But I would recommend just going to Practical Shooting Training Group. That's where you can sign up for classes. They also have online coaching, which is pretty cool. They can make custom classes for you and get in there so you guys can get better. And if you don't know how to do drills or dry fire, if you email me or DM me saying, hey, what drills do I do? You know what I tell you? I say, go buy Ben's book. Just go buy his book. There's so many drills out there. You can make whatever you want, but his book has
or how about this? Ben and I both do YouTube channels also. I try to upload a video every day. So I'm not even asking you for your money. If you just want to watch, I don't know, it'd be like
free stuff on YouTube. Honestly, you guys post a lot of
the daily
class
video
stuff.
Yeah, I post a lot of stuff on YouTube.
So it'll be drill stuff, maybe an autistic gear setup thing. Maybe it's a training thing or a drill.
He is autistic.
Whatever.
He didn't have enough oxygen when he was
This is weaponized autism.
The thing is good because if guys are into training, like what we're posting it on YouTube is like just trying to get guys into training.
Anyways, guys, we're gonna get into it. This is Ben Stoeger, Joel Parks. I know it's really confusing. They look very similar.
Okay, so if you were watching that, what did that look like to you? Pretty lame, pretty relaxed. What you saw me do was shoot the target with an X, then a different target, back to the target with an X, a different target, back to the target with an X. I'll try going just a little bit faster and see what happens. So, you understand the drill, that's me pushing a bit to see, like just on the edge of being uncomfortable. I shot there, trying to juice the gun aggressively, so first shot, second shot. Want to create issues like that. So what I'm doing is shooting this at the edge of my ability for both vision, so my eyes snap the target where I want, sight goes there. Once I see the color of my sight, I react, look at the next spot, try and do my best to look at the very middles of the targets and try to eliminate tension. But as you remember from yesterday, as I try to go faster and faster and faster, that's going to induce me pushing on the gun or tension.
We like this drill a lot, right? So this is a very good one to do dry fire on. So what I want you to do is watch me do a set of, I'll shoot live and dry, but I want you to see the dry fire. You're going to do the dry fire when you come up here. Like you'll do dry fire mixed in with live ammo, all right? Now, just watch how the gun looks when I go through it dry. All right, so what do you see here? And let's point out the obvious stuff. Notice I'm not pulling the trigger. All right, and then as the gun moves around, it doesn't look very fast. Everybody is seeing that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what I'm trying to do here is be precise when I aim the gun. As soon as I would be shooting, instead of pulling the trigger like I will with live ammo, I'm gonna look to the next target. So what you should see here is the gun just does a dip stop on the close target. Like it just goes there goes to my eye line and then comes off right away. Whereas as the targets are further away, you'll notice the gun has a more discernible stop, and then I'll go to the next target. What do you think I'm seeing there? As far as how it looks? Yeah, so it's like, I wouldn't say stable dot, but it's like the targets that are a little further away, more demanding, I'll see the dot look like a dot. At least that. And then on the closer stuff, I'm just seeing the flash of color, and I'm like, yeah, I would shoot, so I'll look away to the other target. All right. So I'll show you what we want it to look like as far as the training. From our perspective, if your shooting is okay, you're seeing everything that's happening, like maybe the hits aren't quite what you wanted. I tracked a Charlie into this close target as I came back into it. I indexed too low on the target in the back and picked up a Charlie back there. It wasn't perfect, but it was basically okay, right? So what would we tell you to do? Go faster. Yeah, I'd be like, all right, go faster. Try to see what you can do with it. Now what go faster really means for me is I'm trying to shoot as soon as possible, as soon as the gun's coming into the target. This one over here in particular, I think I'm like a little bit late wanting to shoot that one, so I felt much earlier that time. I liked that run. And a little bit of time came off, and I liked how smooth everything felt. I felt like the gun went right to where I was looking, and I was like, I was right on the trigger. Like, I liked the run. Now I should go faster, right? I didn't like the run as much. I'm not quite sure how the hits were on the target in the back there, and I definitely shoved the gun a little bit past where I wanted on the target off to the left. So I would continue at that pace and then try to clean things up. If you're seeing where things are going, you're connecting cause with effect, going faster is helpful. If you're shooting, fast enough that you can't really tell what's going on, okay, that's, maybe back off a little bit and then train right there. And again, we want to see the dry reps too. You get a lot of value out of that, especially with this drill.
We're going to be shooting concealed all day in class. So we got the tier 1 APX, and we're going to be shooting M&Ps, and my fly's a little bit down. Oh, we got this gold bad boy. This is a steel frame M&P 9, 24 karat gold slide that we are rubbing the gold off because we're actually using our gold gun. It's not just a barbecue piece. And this ammo is going to feel crazy because it's 124s, a 1250. But we have a ported barrel, so it's probably going to be like around 1050, somewhere in that range. So it's going to be like right on the power factor line. So it's going to feel real good today, and that's why my gun's going to look so flat. We're going to get loaded up. We're going to hop in this drill. We're going to see how this gun feels moving it around, because the steel frame gun, I found myself taking my time on the transition. So doing a drill like this is going to help me go boom, boom, boom.
So, watch the gun, and notice how it floats between the targets. The thing that I want to impress upon you is precision, not how hard I can shove the gun get there. So it just floats between the targets. Hey, it's a farmer's tan.
Ashton can fucking rip. Don't let Joel and Ben discourage you. He can fucking shoot well. I'm not gonna say it.
Gold-plated. The man with the golden gun.
Yeah.
And then make sure the gun makes a discreet stop, especially in the back target and the partial.
Going on eBay. World's rarest Cheeto.
A lot of trigger freeze, a lot of tension. Growing rich. I pull with Delta.
Dang it.
That guy came out of nowhere, dude.
Does it look good, right?
Dang it, Hunter, it was going so well.
Yeah, I've noticed going to the steel frame, if I try to manhandle the gun, it bullies me.
Tell me you felt that happen.
Absolutely. But like, so if I put extra...
All right, let's patch him up, please.
If I put tension on the steel frame,
You know,
I'd be dropping it.
that makes sense.
Wait, that wasn't yours?
No, this is
what?
mine. This is my last shot of
Is
the
it?
drill. Yeah.
But I see 6 shots up here.
Oh no, you added that to the target. That was another gunshot we heard. I don't want to dry fire anymore. Sometimes I like to talk to myself when I dry fire.
I gotta get him a spicy ramen.
Spicy ramen?
I have no confirmation on that back one. I don't know where the hits are.
Up, Charlie.
I appreciate your honesty. Did you feel over-confirmed here?
Yes.
I felt like you were over-confirmed here, and the back you're like this.
Yeah, it's like
It's just red
the
on brown.
opposite focus per target. You know what I mean?
Yes. Well, I mean, that's why you're changing focal depths.
Stand by.
And I think when you draw, you find the sight and you follow the sight up to here. Then when you came back, you got off the sight and the gun tracked. It's like the gun tracked different going out and coming back. But that's indicating you're doing something different with your eyes. I think when you draw, you're looking for the red dot. Faster, man. Let's do it. Now you're like cooking with gasoline as far as the pacing.
Yeah, but I came up off that reload, and then I cut off this slide release because it bugs my thumb.
Can I borrow this?
Yeah, might need more ammo.
Is this the jam as far as your setup?
No, this is just a fucking another random gun. Welcome to the Firearms Institute, where we talk about things while we walk backwards. This is how all those commercials are for the vocational schools. What's gonna happen? I'm gonna switch to the polymer gun. This gold gun is not hitting where I want it to, and it was kind of expected because we know the accuracy is bad on it. So we're gonna switch to the polymer gun. We're gonna rock and roll. I just wanna do well. I wanna do well with these drills. I wanna put a little bit of skill in these drills, as the class says. No pulls were good. So we're gonna swap guns, and we're gonna continue the class just with my normal M&P9.
What I'd say is you should diagnose what issues you're having. For a fair amount of you, I walk up to you like, hey, what do you think? I'm like, yeah, this, whatever you're working on. A fair amount of you dealing with tension. So it's, you shoot the back target or something you perceive to be more difficult. Then when you want to shoot the closer target, you snap at you throw the gun at the target, you get trigger freeze, the gun goes just anywhere on the target and hits just kind of go wherever. Like that's a common thing. Or you really start to cranking on the close targets, shooting aggressively, then it comes time to shoot the back target. It's really difficult to be like, look at the small spot, wait. Okay, there's my sight. Then I start shooting. Instead, you just look at the whole shape and color of the target. I look at the whole thing in aggregate. Like we're less concerned about one really great repetition you have, but instead you shoot it 3-4 times, look at just the whole thing, like what's happening. Because most of you, it's not an issue that's happening once, it's a repeated issue. So then the feedback is, what corrections do you need to make that stop? For a fair amount of you, some amount of like relaxing your shoulders, or when you push on the gun kind of bounces to a stop. So I can just say like, hey, relax. But it's like, that doesn't really work. If I tell my wife, hey, just relax, that's probably the last thing that's gonna happen. I'll say this, probably a third of you guys at least. You'll draw like it goes well, and then all of a sudden something will happen, and then like the aggression kicks in, the shoulders go up, and then it stays like that for the rest of the drill. So you could do the repetition just paying attention to keeping your shoulders relaxed. Or maybe it's like your support hands not staying on the gun. You're not looking at the middle of the target, whatever. Like you pick that one thing that you can work on, because this drill is complicated and you're shooting enough ammo. For a fair amount of you, it starts out going well, but midway through something happens. Then it kind of spirals a little bit. Is that fair to say?
I think this will capture the frustration that many of you are feeling. Many of you. If you see somebody shooting like that, that's kind of like what Joel's talking about. Like there's a lot of shoulder tension, and you'd say I over-confirmed everything I shot, right? We're trying to tell you like, hey, a little less confirmation, shooting a little sooner, blah, blah, blah. Most people, what they hear is, well, you need to shoot faster, all right? So let me give you a change here. Now, what did you see there?
You didn't even see the dot or the target.
Yeah, it was just like, I'm shooting sooner. The confirmation was fucked. The hits were fucked. But then it'll be like, then that shooter's like, oh, well, they're trying to find the middle of what I'm talking about, right? So over confirmation over here, too tense, over confirming, and then when it's like, you have to be shooting sooner, then they aim less actually, right? Let me give you another example here, what I want it to look like. Right, that time I really did focus on the vision piece. I relaxed my shoulders. I wasn't trying to swing the gun around fast. What I'm thinking is like early. As soon as I see the color come into where I want to be early on the trigger. I'm not necessarily trying to do it faster, I'm trying to be early. That makes sense? Now the other thing that's really hard here is if you're aiming, you feel slow. Now that sounds kind of stupid, right? Is it a problem if you feel slow? I think it's a big problem. If people feel slow, they're gonna change what they're doing until it feels fast, right? And on this drill, if you're doing it right, you spend most of your time waiting. So let me explain. Looking at a target I wanna shoot, beep, timer goes off, I'm drawing the gun. At this point, I'm just leaning on my training, all the practice, and just letting the gun come up to where I'm looking, right? So I'm just waiting. See the color connect, shoot, look over here, now I'm waiting. Shoot, look over here, now I'm waiting. Like in my brain, I spend half the time on the drill waiting for the gun to get to where I want. And while it's coming in, like I feel slow, right? I'm not pushing the gun hard or anything, I'm letting it come over to where I'm looking. So when people feel slow, again, they want to do something and they want to push the gun to make this stuff happen faster. And I would say, hey, embrace that you spending time waiting. It'll feel a little slow, but the trick is to be early to the shooting rather than tense up and try to drive the gun around. All right, change stations one more time and let's do it one more time.
It's crazy. Relax your shoulders, just look where he wants to go. And your eyes should snap first. So like for the white transitions, like your head should already be snapping before the gun does.
Feels weird going.
Because sometimes like you're over,
smooth.
right, but sometimes you're like over the top of the gun. So instead, your head snaps first and the gun will follow. I don't know what that just was. It looks like some kind of autistic fit, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
So the whole thing is just a struggle, like maximum attack with your vision to get your eyes to the next spot and then let the gun just coast there as you finish.
Did carrots help with that?
All right, make ready, please. Who are you sponsored by again?
He died. Killed it.
What's that? No sight, dude. O sight or no sight?
I can feel the gun. These guys are from O-Sight and my vortex just died, right?
Woo!
I'm looking for here.
What an opportunity to seize the moment.
Last round I killed the vortex.
Oh no.
I got another gun. Holy.
Fucking change guns again?
His sights died. My vortex just died.
I honestly think you should be color confirmation on all these. Now, understanding you're not going to hurt my feelings, you can say whatever you want. What do we think about that?
Choppy.
Choppy. Yeah, it was like shoot, move. Okay, shoot, move, stop, shoot, move, stop, shoot. That's not what we're going to save a lot of time. Shooting on the move will be better. I'll give you another example there. All right, now there you could see I kind of kept moving, but still looking at it, didn't really have that much aggression, right? One of my pet peeves is a situation like this where I'll shoot a couple of targets and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna shoot these over here on the move. And I see the person do this, like they just kind of walk and it's like they're waiting for the targets to come to them. That's what it looks like to me. It's like, yeah, they're walking in on them, but it's like, there's no hustle, there's no extra. Like to me, if I was behind the gun, if I spend, you know, a second and a half with the gun up here and I'm looking for a target, it's like, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It makes me want to scream because that person is not making anything happen faster. So instead of just walking through like steady speed and shooting targets as they come to you, I want to see little bursts of aggression when you have an opportunity to do it. All right, so what you saw there was me leverage my ability to be aggressive when I wasn't shooting. Right, so shoot a couple targets as I'm moving. Now I have like a step and a half before anything's gonna happen. So it's gonna be like push hard into that, then settle down. Then push hard on the movement, settle down as I stabilize, I'm gonna shoot. You're aggressive when you can be, and when it's time to get on the trigger, you look precise and calm and smooth. And as soon as you're done doing that, it looks like somebody stuffs a rocket up your ass and you take off again. Even if it's for like half a step that you can be aggressive, like I want you to take everything you can get.
I dragged this one pretty hard. That's unacceptable, but even that's less. That's a little bit less.
I think you just crack past it, huh?
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
That's the last thing. That time, we just like streak through it. Like,
Boom.
red on brown, red on brown.
Still dragged off that one. I got the alphas with 2 extra makeups.
Especially for the first 8 shots, think about blending. So you spread out super wide and get low. So you start like this.
Attack, attack, attack.
Then you want to move like this, the gun comes out. And then you're bringing the gun back up while you're looking at the targets. Instead,
It helps you
keep spread apart, knees bent,
know,
shoot.
with that one-
Then it's like I step, and the gun's up. I'm like wall hacking, looking for targets to hit again. So the gun's up when you get to the no shoot. Or at the end of the vision barrier.
Go, Mike.
Con 100 a wall hack.
Yeah, that's a good term.
It is. I know, but he's the type of motherfucker that turns his hacks on and still loses. You got here, you looked for red. Instead of looking for the spot on the brown, you just track the dot off.
I got an alpha that was like 2 little low pair. I got one of those, and that fucking Charlie Delta line.
It makes me so sad.
Idiot! All right, so jumping into it, I get this weird place when I take classes because the beginning of class they tell us to push and go to failure, which is what I'm doing, which is what I did on this drill. I know I could dial it back just a tad, get good hits, but then I'm not as aggressive. And I just feel like when you take class, you just can't make instructors happy. And that's what training's about. It's about failing and figuring it out. But you just gotta balance it out.
Bye.
He's moving better than most of the people in this class. He's got a broken foot.
I just want you to push harder off that one, like physically.
Wait, the second one?
Basically, after you shoot this target, I want you to push hard enough that you're like afraid you're gonna shit yourself, you know?
What if I actually just shoot myself?
All right, that looked kind of good. Do it full speed next time.
Gun's bouncing.
You just visually came off that one too early.
Yeah, I dragged that Delta off.
Oh yeah.
One thing that's nice about having someone watching you shoot and coach, and someone who's instructed as many people as Ben and Joel has, is that like they keep you accountable for every little thing in the step. They're like, hey, you're forgetting this. I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta do that. Then I do that, and then something else comes up, like, you gotta do this. And it's just kind of like, what's it called? Ebbs and flows of different shooting aspects. So it's like, okay, I'm working on the speed. Now my hit suffered. That's the whole point of training, getting out here, failing on these drills. Personally, if I was doing this, I'll probably run through this drill like 10, 12 times until like I understand what I'm doing, be able to diagnose it and be able to fix it.
one thing to think about is like we talk a lot about input on the gun, like with your hands and stuff. But think about input from your body. Like every time you pick up something, move something, change elevations or angles, there's a lot of people that, a few of you are, I'm watching you, where you'll start moving and then you're afraid you're gonna lose the sight. So then what do? You change tension and stare at the sight, and now this changes everything. So you'll see a big difference with some of you. Like you look fundamentally different shooting when you're moving your feet versus not. I think it's a good time. Let's eat lunch, and then we'll pick this back up at 12:45. Yes.
These guys have no idea, but we're about to give away some belts to everybody. Every single person here. Guys, I brought presents for everybody.
Wow.
You're presenting yourself, sir.
I brought belts for everybody.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Really?
God damn it, I love you, Hunter.
What the hell?
I know you need an inner belt and you need an inner belt. You guys requested, so you guys get to choose first. Well, what size waist are you?
Wait, black one.
I think this should fit.
Nice, man.
But they're adjustable, so you guys can change the size.
Thank you.
What up,
Thank you, Hunter.
We're gonna do the same setup. It's just we're gonna ask you to do more complicated stuff. So I'll give you a couple examples here. Should give us plenty to talk about. All right, that's one way to do it. It's how it'll look for many of you. Now, there's a lot I didn't like about that. I'll do a good one, and then we'll talk about it. Right, very different look there, right? So what we want here is that you shoot this setup, and all the skills that we're working on, that kind of stuff stays in place. Come on, come on.
Told me and think about blending those. Yeah. Lowered the gun way too much.
I loaded the gun, and I was way past that target.
Well, how do you
Quit lowering the gun.
I know.
Like you shoot. Think about. Oh, you did a clip for your gun. Once you're done shooting, make sure the gun stays up and it just tracks the next target.
I know.
You don't have to bring it in or lower it.
And there's no need to on that side.
Right.
Next question. What about the running?
Much better, my man.
Oh, better.
I can't wait to see it here.
Nice. Guys, first drill back from lunch. A lot of movement. I'm starting to feel a little bit warmer.
I think
The common theme today for me is that I keep breaking my gun down when I don't need to. We gotta have aimbot wall hacks on when we're shooting these things. And Ben gave me a good analogy because I'd shoot these two. Like you'd see on my first runs, I'd like dip the gun down, then punch back out, go to work. But you could stay working. You don't need to punch in and punch out. And he's like, just treat it as one array and just act like the wall's not there. And I did that, and the last two runs flowed through a lot better. It was boom, 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 and I just like moved and got back on it. A little late on the confirmation of my shot, but we got really good hits. Most of them is either all A's or only dropped one Charlie, which was great. I'm just starting to feel warm now. We're probably, I don't know, maybe like 500 rounds in for the day or so, 400 rounds. But even as a Grandmaster shooter, I'm finding nuggets of information that I'm taking in and just kind of getting a reminder and a refresher on what I'm doing. And that's why taking classes, it's good when you're a shooter, especially when you can understand and self-diagnose. And it's also fun. We're out here just bullshitting. Everybody at lunch got a belt, which is pretty cool. Just want to surprise everybody, get a little gift, you know. And then, yeah, I think we probably have enough for like one more, and then we're gonna have to punch out here. So.
Oh shit, dude, that's magical.
we're gonna force you to do is shoot a cadence or a rhythm. Is this a good idea? if you care about what happens. Totally retarded. No, Hunter's been trying the pull the trigger on the rhythm thing. You're seeing how that's working. Normally we aim and then react to stuff that you see. So I'm just pointing this out, like we're doing this as a training tool for no other reason, but I think you will get some stuff out of it. All right, first thing we're gonna do is set the rhythm. All right, so what I want is for you to like draw, and the draw is not considered as part of the time. I don't care about the time for that. You draw the gun, index it on the target, and shoot about as fast as you can control where the rounds are going. And that'll be the rhythm. So let me show you what I want. All right, so you'd agree, like the gun, I pointed at a spot, I pop, 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 I pulled the trigger on a steady rhythm, I was in control of what was happening, right? That's it, I'm just setting the tempo. Now I'm gonna pull the trigger the exact same way, pop, 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 pop. Every 2 rounds, I'll flip my vision to the next target. Okay, normally what you do is you see a thing on the target, like your sight, then you decide to pull the trigger. That's not how it's gonna work now. Your finger is gonna do the thing. Pop, 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 pop. I don't give a fuck. Unless a child runs in front of you, keep pulling the trigger, pop, 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 on the rhythm that it's supposed to be. And the idea is you try to get everything else doing what it's supposed to do at that pace. All right, fine. That's what I want it to be. Now, let me give you some bad examples. That'll be about half of it. I don't know which half. Probably the dumb half. What did you see there?
Pushing hard.
Yeah, so this is gonna stress you in that you feel like you're not fast enough. Right, so when people feel like they need to go faster, they start tensing up. Right, you saw the shoulder tension come in, and then the gun just like it did not go to the spots I looked at. Right, it didn't move with the precision of, right, as I put the tension in my body. Instead of all that, stick on the rhythm, look where I want to go, let the gun go to where I'm looking. If I tense up and try to push it around, I will not have the precision I want. What I want you to take away from this exercise, because it's weird, right, is if you get it a couple of times where you're shooting the pace that it's supposed to be and all that stuff, and it feels like magic. You look at a spot and it's like the gun just goes off and you see bullet holes appear there, you're like, whoa, holy shit. That's what I want you to take with that experience. Where you're like, oh, it's, if I do the target focus thing, just connect to the gun, like the gun just tracks around to where I'm looking. Like that's the experience that we want you to take.
Oh, dude, you're gonna go push into the gun so hard.
He fucking changed guns again?
It's actually all right. Dragging off, you're dragging off the first one. Every time before you went to shoot, you're looking down.
If this is real or not, you could probably have more insight than me, but I'm left eye dominant, and I feel like I'm always faster going left to right than right to left.
I don't think it's eye dominance, but I think a lot of people feel that way.
Is it?
But you read left to right, you know, like you're used to processing stuff left to right.
Going that way, yeah.
I don't think it's related to eye dominance either.
Just what we're used to.
Yeah.
Will you touch my shoulders while I do it?
Sure. Nah.
I will. You want me to do it?
Yeah, come here.
All right, stand by.
Very tense. Very tense. Relax. Relax.
A little bit better. Drag him off on both target. Alpha, Charlie. Alpha, Charlie. Looking away before you're done.
You were less tense though.
Yeah, more massage.
All I was thinking about was my shoulders.
Exactly.
Damn, who drew that fast?
He jumped it.
Yeah.
He jumped that shit. Don't talk about it.
I got 8C on that time. That was actually a really good run.
It was. I was focused. All right, guys. So this is a tidbit of what day 2 of the skills and drills look like. Do you guys have closing notes about just general statements about people attending classes, deficiencies of students, or like just anything you want to put out there for people?
Yeah, so like classes are, it's not just us, but you could take classes from a lot of different people. Like I do it. I think it's generally a positive experience. You go and you get a different look at someone else's training technique. I could do a class that's a completely different discipline or like equipment than you're used to. Like let's say you're a USPSA guy, you go do a precision rifle class, something like that. That stuff's great. Like I like doing classes.
I do too.
Like, people should.
That's why I'm here.
People should not be afraid to do it or shy about doing it.
Yep.
Yeah, find some stuff and go. And again,
that-
it doesn't have to be our class. I don't really care. I think it's a
just
general
a class
thing.
Get out there and train. I think the perspective is huge, where you just get to see someone else looking at your skill, giving you some input. You guys always have things to say to me, and it's like you guys could watch me on YouTube and be like, that guy's crazy good at shooting. I'm like an average good shooter.
He's quite good.
You know, so like
Quite talented.
He's an average good shooter. I'd agree with Hunter.
that's like my self-assessment, where like we can put stuff together, but I'm not going to be as consistent as like Christian Sailor every single stage. But I come here, they remind me, shoulder tension, not keeping my gun up. As Ben said yesterday, you know, some people are shooting like fags, and we don't want to do that, you know, so.
There you go.
Joel, what do you got?
How about this? Expectations change based on the person. So obviously we know Hunter, and he's quite capable. So he's going to get a bit of bullying and teasing. But I think some people get a little bit too anxious or concerned, like, am I going to hold the class back? Am I able to do that? As long as you're able to operate your gun safely, yeah, you can take a class from us or whoever, but I think it's a good idea just to get a different perspective, some different drills. And for us, like the goal for me is kind of learning how to practice or learning some different drills, an experience, a perspective, something I can take to my training. So if anyone's been paying attention in class the last couple of days, they'll come away with a list of things they don't like about their shooting, maybe about themselves too, but at least don't like about their shooting, and things they'll want to take away and work on. So attention issue, a vision issue, stance, grip, whatever. And then that gives them homework or something to work on for the next 6 months, a year, whatever. And then we were kind of get to the point where it's like, it's kind of stale. I'm just practicing on my own. I'm not really sure what to work on. I'm kind of bored. Then going to a class from whoever is good motivation.
Yeah, it's just like a refresher.
100% kind of fires you up.
Yeah, like when I took a class in Tucson, I practiced some of those drills for like a few months trailing off of there. I'm like, let's just revisit this real quick and like see how I'm doing on this drill today, because that's another thing too, is like different days you're going to shoot at different levels. There's some days I'm just on it and my bullets are just glued to the center of the target, and there's other days where I like get myself to the range. I feel like I have to practice. It is
We'll see one of those days you're on it.
I know you haven't yet, but it's there. I promise you.
If the little things you do that you don't like, if those annoy you, you'll go to the effort to change. Well, you'll either stop shooting or you'll stop doing the thing. Yep. Either way, the problem's solved. So it's really, really good if you critique yourself and assess whatever training you're doing is just wanting to be a little bit better. Over a long period of time, that ends up being a big change to your shooting.
Yeah, and one other thing I like about the vibe in classes, and it is a different vibe, like the people here all chose to be here and paid to be here, and they want to get better. And that sounds, I mean, you may not think much of that, but in most settings, you don't have that. Most, like, there'll be some settings I go work at where, like, I'm teaching and it's part of people's professional life, like, they have to come. So maybe some of the people want to be there and some of them don't. Or maybe you're at a match, like, 80% of the people at matches are not going to do anything to get better at shooting.
They enjoy the social aspect more than anything else.
Like I said, you're going to talk about it, they're going to do all the stuff, right?
I always like the saying, like, the guns bring us there, the people keep us.
The people keep us there. Well, in my case, they might keep me away.
Oh, yeah. This guy. I appreciate you guys having me out. Thank you so much.
Orange Star handshake for you. Good.
Okay, I'll just do a normal one with Joel. Thank you, Joel. Yeah, you too.
I appreciate you taking the time.
You'll do a normal one.
Yeah. All right, guys, we left the range, and this is part 2 of the video. We're just outside of Phoenix, and we have something very special to show you. But first, we need you to move that truck. A 2005 C6 Corvette. This is going to be the base for the 2026 Belt Bounty winner. This year we're going to do something a little bit different. You're going to have to shoot multiple matches and be able to win this Corvette. Jacob Hetherington took home the 1984 C4 Corvette, so we're upgrading to a C6. This thing's awesome. It's 2005. It's a 6-speed manual. It has an LS2 V8 engine in it with the Z51 performance package. So you got bigger brakes, more cooling, but that's not all. We're going to build this thing out to be a full-blown drift car. Suspension, wheels, buckets, harness, wide body, everything you need to have a perfect drift car, and it's gonna come with a free lesson from Caleb Klomvik, the Walther drift car driver. He's a professional drift car driver. I'm gonna learn how to drift this year, and then whoever gets to win this car is also get to learn how to drift on the track. I'm so excited. We're doing bigger and better things for 2026. Belt is here for the people, and everything's getting bigger and better, starting with this C6 Corvette.